unlike the tremor of an earthquake, economic transformation does not start in chaos, but from a singular sacred place, the epicenter. Though hidden in the depths of the unseen, its impact cannot be ignored as it ripples outwards, burying the old and giving birth to the new. Ladies and gentlemen, public speaking is not just an art. Public speaking is not just a science. Public speaking is more than a performance. It is the bridge between the dreams we have and the destinies we are yet to reach. Because when a young girl from Mutoko dares to speak the truth in a debate competition, she's not just speaking, but she's planting seeds of leadership. And when a teacher deep down in Chipinge addresses parents under a tree, urging them to keep learners in school, he is not just speaking, but he's building from the ground, going up. And ladies and gentlemen, when a minister, when a head of state stands boldly and declares an economic policy, he is not just speaking, but he is restoring trust. Because ladies and gentlemen, economic transformation is not just a government roadmap. It is a national heartbeat. It is a beat that whispers, we can become more than we have been. But for that beat to become like this line, to become a roar, it requires you. It requires your voice. It requires all of us. It requires you, gym instructor. It requires you, teacher, you, entrepreneur, you, advocate, you, computer scientist, you, model. Your voice matters. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it does not start in the parliament or in the cabinet. It starts in here, and we take it out there. Because a shared vision becomes a shared mission. And a mission without the people's passion is a mission in vain. Ladies and gentlemen, we must speak with boldness and clarity in order for us to achieve economic transformation. Because it is not enough for us to have ideas. We must share them. It is not enough for us to have policies. We must explain them. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not enough for us to have passion, but we must ignite others. Because economic transformation, which may include employment creation and job opportunities, will not just come from foreign investment, but it will come from local confidence. And local confidence comes from belief, and belief comes from hearing each other, and hearing comes from speaking life into each other. Because a nation that silences its people's voices silences its future. But a nation that listens to its people's voices unlocks wealth that is deeper than diamonds. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take a step back and reflect personally. I remember growing up in the heart of Chitungwiza, Unity J, house number 6342, stayed an old lady who always told me, Muzukuru, which means my grandchild, speak life even when the world gives you darkness. I remember vividly 2013, my grade 7 teacher, Miss Mapukucha, may her soul continue to rest in peace, said unto me, son, after finding my name on the noisemakers list for the 4th time in 1 week, said, son, your words are not noise, they are seeds, so plant them wisely. Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand here and I declare boldly, not because I was the loudest, but because someone made space for my voice. And now it's time for you and I to make space for the next voice that will transform Zimbabwe. Now for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to think about this. It's the year 2030. You are moving through a transformed Harare. Innovation centers buzzing with young thinkers. Solar fields stretching across the Matabeleland sky. Exploits flowing, roads repaired, schools are full, and everywhere voices, voices, voices. Children leading, women sharing. Elders advising and entrepreneurs pitching, and citizens debating peacefully and proudly. All because we chose to speak. And when we spoke, we influenced. And when we influenced, we were able to lead. And when we are able to lead, these seeds of change cease to be just seeds of change, but these seeds of change bloom and add to the economic transformation. So ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to repeat after me as we make this bold declaration. And if you may, say, I will speak.
I will speak.
I will influence.
I will influence.
I will lead.
I will lead.
Because this nation will not be born in silence. So I will speak and build this nation. One word at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, I can assure you that because of this, if you take this outside this room, wherever you go, be it in the courtroom, be it in the gym, be it in the pharmacy, you need to speak, you need to influence, you need to lead, so that these seeds of change cease to be just seeds, but they bloom and they become economic transformation. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Munesu Kunaka, a prodigious son of the Zimbabwean soil, born with a passion to renew minds and transform lives through eloquent speaking and world-class oration. And together you and I can speak, lead, influence. These seeds of change will grow and become economic transformation. Thank you.